What is going on, everybody? So in this video, I'm basically going to be showing you the $250 flip into basically $1,000. I know you guys been asking for it. Literally, I just posted this one today in the Instagram. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you do so by typing in the real solo E. Also, I did post it in my post in the community section on YouTube as well. But yeah, we're here. So right now, this is actually my main account, but we're going to go into my small account, which is this here. So as you guys see here, we basically only been focusing on 3 trades or 3 pairs or 3 assets. One of those are the top one would be US oil, US 30, and NASDAQ. I stress this all the time in a lot of my videos that you should be only focusing on 3, as I mainly like to focus on 3. It just makes you focus more, makes you prepare more, and doesn't over stress your mind, mental aspect, and all that fun stuff. So it's very important to understand that. Other than that, yeah, I just want to show you guys a couple basically gross. We did this in 6 days, and not saying that I had a time limit on this, because I did not whatsoever, and I didn't want to stress myself up by having a time limit. But what I really want to do is show you guys what my risk tolerance were. Some of these trades, break them down as I do have them record on my trading view, and just break everything down from here. So once again, I'm using HankoX. For those that don't know, HankoX is through Hankotrade. You guys actually are able to use them if you want to as well. So as you see here, we had a couple L's, nothing major. One's being from this NASDAQ, $91, and then we had took another trade for NASDAQ at $52. I think this was just in a day. I decided to leave the market alone after that. Let me go back. Yeah, we took a couple more trades here. So as you guys see here, we basically just been trading all NASDAQ. We did 2 trades, $72, $34. And then we did this one at 52, and then we took that huge L. So I kind of ended that day there. And then we did a lot of US oil trades. It's called USO. So these are a lot of my US oil trades, which by far I love a lot. But as you clearly see, this is what got us to that $1,000 balance. Now, I do plan on growing this and still growing this and such. But what we're going to do now is let me just show you a couple of these different plays that I did create, which we call a lot of this in our free Discord community, by the way, which is cool too. But let's go ahead and go into my trading view. All right, so we're going to talk about first, let's talk about one of this US 30 trades here. I'm going to try to pop up what trade this was. But this was yesterday, actually. Today is Tuesday, so this was yesterday. So this was a simple play, guys. This was a very simple play. This is actually one of my favorite famous strategies that a lot of you guys know that is following me, called my 3-man standing strategy. It's very basic. Elliott wave and all that, and basically all we're doing is first we're starting on a higher scale, asking ourselves where we're at in the actual market, because the most important thing that a lot of traders don't do is do top-down analysis thoroughly, and they overdo it. So me, I don't do a lot of this smart money concept, fair value gaps, all here, all there. I'm just looking for where I'm at right now. I don't need to worry about this play up here. I don't need to worry about none of this, because the market isn't there at all. So I'm only focused on where we're at right now, which was literally at that time we were here. When I got up in the morning, I'm like, market is here. So I need to ask myself, are we going down, going up, going down? Now, a lot of you guys will sit here and say, well, technically we are going down, and we are on a higher scale. This is why it's so important to know what type of trader you are. Do you scalp? Do you intraday trade? Do you swing trade? Do you hold trades? Because you might have been looking at this in a different picture. You probably would have been selling it. But for me, I'm like, look, we are going down, right, because of this trend here. However, we did hit this area right here, which is this. Yes, this is a fair value gap, but does that necessarily mean we're going to go all the way up? Doesn't really mean nothing for me. So now I'm just looking at the play here, and I'm just saying, look, we're technically going up on a small trend, and that's exactly what we've been doing. So I was only looking for bias at that time. Now, grant, yes, we were in a very strong area of demand and supply, but once again, we had a lot of supply actually, but once again, I am still conservative on what's going on a smaller scale. So all I needed to see was that trend going up, because I scalp. So scalping, usually sometimes you pay attention to the smaller details than the bigger details. But once I noticed market tapped into this little area of demand right here, this POI area right here, which is, we call it extreme in a 3-man standing, I then drew my fibs from point A to point B. This is part of my 3-man standing strategy. Now, I don't need to draw my fibs from here to here or anything like that. I'm focusing on in the moment. So me drawing my fibs from here to here, I'm looking at my Fibonacci to help me identify where TP can hit and where it could pull back. a lot of people don't realize, but my red lines are basically my potential new high levels or potential new low levels. So this is where I TP. This is kind of like one way for me to look for TPs, because I know potentially that the market could reverse here or it could consolidate here and maybe continue to go up or go back down. And that's exactly what it did. It went up and went down. So we basically caught that one. This is actually a trade that I put in our free Discord. I got in, I think, around here somewhere. And then we just took TP here, and that's kind of what made me make that profit on that small account. So that was pretty much that simple play. It wasn't nothing too complicated. This NASDAQ trade, or sorry, this US oil trade, this one was actually today. This was also caught in the free community. We took this one as well and this one as well. And as you guys see, the market is in a choppy consolidation condition where if we go back to the 1 hour, we're like looking at a lot of trades here, and a lot of people are scared to trade this. But this is why I love oil, because even though it's very choppy, creates a lot of structure for us to still get in a lot of these plays. And the movement on these is so simple, and it doesn't move as much because, or it doesn't move as volatile as what a lot of people would think it do, but it moves slower, but it is volatile at the same time. Like once it's moving, it's moving. And that's the nice thing about oil, it's consistent. So I don't get a lot of that fumble play or a lot of that manipulation that you see on gold. Is if it's dropping, it's going to drop. If it breaks that line, it's going to break that line and drop. So that's the nice thing I like about it. So here is pretty much a simple play. This one wasn't actually based off of my 3-man standard strategy. This was based off of liquidity. So basically, I seen that we had a lot of liquidity resting up here in these levels here. As you guys see this double top, I essentially look at these double tops right here as liquidity. So I noticed that we instantly had tapped that liquidity zone. And then the beauty of this is I had this trend line, which is also structure. Structure can be seen diagonal as well. We have structure here, so that kind of helped me identify, all right, we can either do two things. We can either break through the structure to break this liquidity, as we already broke this liquidity, but we didn't do that. And how I identified that was simply waiting on price candle, basically candlestick patterns. Got an engulfing candle right here. I'm like, all right, I know oil. If it's going to drop, it's going to drop. TP1 was clearly here just in case if it wanted to creep back up on us, but it didn't. It continued to drop. And this one was actually also called in our free Discord community too. But we had TP1 here. I think TP2 here, and TP3 was like somewhere here. And we just wrote this thing. I didn't use the Fibonacci though to capture these TPs. Honestly, I just basically used just previous structure and kind of really what it was. Also, this play right here, I think this wasn't, I'm trying to see because I can't remember. Yep. So this play right here was also another win. We actually took this W as well. So this was another win that I took from that account as well. It's pretty much the exact same play here. And then this one right here is actually my 3-man standing for sure. So basically, in a way, what happened was market broke through the structure here. I waited on it to pull back into, a lot of you guys call this fair value gap, but yeah, I actually seen it on a 2-minute time frame that there was, I believe there was small 1-minute time frame. There was a small area of demand right there. This is what we call 3-man standing strategy right here, but we had that there. A lot of you guys would have seen this as a fair value gap, but I always say fair value gap is the exact same as seeing supply demand, just on a smaller scale, no matter what. That's why I always say all of these structural strategies that you guys see on YouTube is all the same stuff. If you look closely, regardless, we tapped into that area. When we did that, I actually got in one of these candles here on a 2-minute, I believe. So I just took a small little buy here and got out of it because I still had a feeling we were going to consolidate, just because we were still choppy looking left. So that being said, that's kind of what made that whole play happen. Now, that being said, this is kind of what got me into this account growth. I didn't talk about my risk, but I will say that I've been risking anywhere from 15 to 30% per trade. I know that might sound like a lot to you guys, but if you actually realize this, and if you can master the art of just staying consistent with yourself and with your rules, don't matter. It really don't, because at the end of the day, you clearly see the results here. This isn't my first time we did it. A lot of you guys do know me for doing a lot of these flips. So it's kind of like, this is just really what it is, you know? So yeah, that being said, basically we pretty much did this entire account flip. You know, from that aspect, we pretty much took it from one to another, and I like that a lot. So if you guys want to pretty much get into more of what we got, you definitely can. A couple other things I do want to mention about HankoX as well is that they did upgrade their chart. So now you're like able to see your actual trades in the charts, which is cool. I've been waiting for that feature for a minute. So if I was to place, I'm not gonna place nothing, but if I was to place a sell, it would show my results here as far as my profits, my losses. Additional to that, I'm able to get out the trade on the charts now. I'm able to enter the trade on the charts now, and a lot of other cool features, which I also, will break down more and more when you guys see me actually take these trades. Would you like to improve your trading skills, your trading abilities, be able to get payouts through your prop firm, be able to grow small accounts as I have done in numerous videos on my YouTube channel? We even took a $4,000 account all the way up to $50,000, all via live YouTube streaming. Additional to that, I also did a beautiful flip from $1,000 all the way up to $40,000. Well, if you are any of these type of traders and you're looking to become a successful trader, rather, like I said, consistency or paying yourself out or even growing your small account, this is the boot camp and this is the camp for you. One of the things we're going to do is a 30-minute one-on-one coaching class once per month. What this basically means is if you're struggling for that month, or if you want to refine, or if you want to revamp, or whatever it is, myself and my team will be getting on a one-on-one coaching call with you to help you out with whatever it is that you're struggling with. The second thing is we're also going to be including our actual boot camp once per week via Zoom call, all within our master classes. So what that basically means is if you were a part of our boot camp previously, we are also doing this every single week. Additional to that, you do get access to our AI trading bot, which is basically our automated bot that helps you find the right trades, whether if you're looking to trade Forex pairs, futures, or even indices. On top of that, you do get access to our bi-weekly Q&A sessions we actually started doing in our VIP room as well. 24/7 support is a thing as well. And then you do get access to our training videos that we have, as well as our ebooks and PDFs that we exclusively put out. Now, one other big important thing that I do want to announce is that we are now going to be offering a trading view indicator that you'll also get access to every single month. So as long as you're active, you get access to all of these things down here that I mentioned. And also on top of that, you do get access to this indicator as well. So if you are ready to sign up, make sure you go ahead and sign up down below, and I'll see you guys inside. Your boy Solo. Peace.